Hello there, Josh Burl of MasterCard and Chair of Project Inclusion at the Payments Association here with a short review of activities during the month of April. It's been a great month in actual fact because we have made significant progress on our crypto and financial inclusion project. We've started making a range of interviews and now edited and published a couple of them on the Payments Association's LinkedIn social media platforms, and we hope you've seen those and enjoyed them and given them a like. If possible, there'll be more to come in that respect from a range of other companies, including MasterCard, to be followed by blogs and possibly a paper and maybe a seminar as well in due course. Meanwhile, we've also made significant progress in respect of our sustainability project. We've appointed a consultant to lead on this because we thought it warranted some investment to get the job done quickly and to a decent degree of depth. A number of interviews have ensued. We have undertaken and published a podcast, and we're in the process of organising a webinar to occur after publication of our paper on sustainability in fintech later on this quarter. So very, very busy activities thus far. And we're also supporting work in respect of diversity. You may have heard about the Payment Association wanting to take a lead in terms of understanding how to ensure that what fintech does and how it looks like society and the customers that it serves. That I'm sure will be a really interesting piece of work with some fascinating outcomes to look at that we can all learn from too. So busy month, more to follow next month as well. If any of that sounds interesting as ever, I always say please do feel free to get in touch and join us. It would be great to have you on board in respect of financial inclusion around the world of fintech and financial services.
Hey everyone, it's John Van Bonner here, Open Banking Project Lead for the Payments Association and Director of Research at Tink. I'm happy to share that on the 18th of May at 11 a.m. UK time, we've invited the Payment Systems Regulator to come talk to us about the future of interbank payments enabled by open banking technologies. As you may know, payment initiation services holds the promise to enable account-to-account retail transactions. And the PSR, the Payment Systems Regulator, has been doing some interesting research into this topic, and I'm keen to learn what they've found. So we've invited them to speak to us, and I would encourage you to connect with your contacts at the Payment Association to join this session too, because it's going to be super interesting. See you next time.
My name is Kevin McAdam. I'm the project lead for cross-border payments. This is a new initiative within the Payment Association where we're working in collaboration with EPA Asia and also the IIF. This has been born out really from a project specifically driven through the G20, where they were looking for much better arrangements in regards to cross-border payments from a global perspective. So this is a initiative driven by the G20 in which they are really looking for cross-border payments to be have better arrangements for customers than currently is the case from a global perspective. Now, they have focused on 4 areas specifically that they want to make changes. Those are around cost, price, speed, and transparency. But really, the actual initiative that's being driven takes a much wider remit than that. And what I want to do this morning is just sort of take you through the sort of key strands that we're working on. So the first thing probably to mention is that the initiative is being driven through the forum that we're working with the EPA Asia and the IIF, but it's fundamentally it's being driven also by the Financial Stability Board. Now, the Financial Stability Board are a sort of working group that really help from an international basis. They sort of look to focus around standards and arrangements on sort of anything regarding a regulatory compliance angle. And what they've created from this initiative is 19 building blocks. Now, those 19 building blocks run across a whole raft of issues, from the principles around cross-border payments, what features are required, from sort of like, how do we make sure we get harmonization? How do we get better interlinking of rail systems? How do we look at anti-money laundering and financial crime? Right across the board, including crypto and stable coins. So the building blocks tackle a number of different areas. And through a monthly global payment forum, these subject areas are discussed in depth. Now, what we're doing within the Payment Association, and we now have a very good working group already established, is really building out a specification that's focused around policy and community objectives that will basically dovetail with what's coming out of the Financial Stability Board. So our aim is going to be really to sort of tackle the issues that we think we can have influence on, where we can help the membership, and really sort of drive for some of that change. Now, and our immediate requirements are, first of all, really to get a better understanding of what the membership challenges are in the cross-border payments area. So we will be doing a survey with the Payment Association members, really to get a feel about, what are their drivers, what are their challenges, and what are their sort of areas that they would really welcome our input. And we will share with them what the specification and the terms of reference has been decided for the working group. The other part is going to be very much around our engagement with all these different subgroups that fall out through cross-border payments, and also the different organisations that are associated in it. And then really the next stage will then be to sort of look to sort of do various podcasts, reports over the next few months to sort of really take forward what we think are the key initiatives within cross-border payments. So lots to do, a great initiative, really driven from global need for change. And I think it's excellent that the Payment Association are part of that, and working so closely also with, partners globally, as well as obviously still working very closely with the EPA, Asia, and the IIF. Thank you.